Uncover the hidden world of political campaigns in just 5 minutes. Join me, your host, David Washington, on Countertop Politics every Monday for exclusive campaign insights, tantalizing innuendo, and the secret sauce behind successful political campaigns. Don't miss out. Let's go. All right, everyone. It is Monday morning for you guys. It's Mother's Day evening for me. I figure I'll rush down to my fiance's house and have dinner to celebrate Mother's Day. Saying such, hello again. This is Countertop Politics. Every Monday, 5 minutes or thereof of campaign insight, political innuendo, and the secret sauce to winning campaign strategies. With me, yours truly, David Washington. Let's go. So, okay, I just got back from filling up my RAV4, uh, $50, 50 plus dollars. And luckily for me, I don't drive that often. I sit behind the laptop here at the kitchen counter or wherever, and I pretty much fill up for for about 2 weeks or so, maybe a week and a half. And yeah, oh yeah, 433, that bites. However, it is what it is. I'm willing to pay 433 now if that means I could get gas for $2. Yes, $2, 8 months or 12 months from now. I'm willing to do that sacrifice, but that's a different story for another day. And speaking of different story for another day, if you've been following our content, I had a incredible interview with Jimmy Afant, our star for our other podcast. Um, oh my God, I'm forgetting. I'm forgetting. I'm forgetting what the podcast is called. From the Margins with Jimmy Afant. Duh. But anyway, our last podcast, and we were talking about inflation, true inflation. That is true inflation, and Jimmy's perspective, TRUE, and then my demonstration, FLATION, TRUFLATION, Truflation, right? And so Jimmy was saying, hey, the Truflation that I've been talking about, the website, the designers of that website, the data points that take into consideration so many more data points in calculating different indices, like the consumer price index, is much better than what we get from the BLS. So, provided by the U.S. government. Look it up, BLS, the Bureau of Labor Statistics. And we were going back and forth for a couple of episodes, but this last episode, Jimmy did some research, which I think was poorly done, and said that, the folks at Truflation, are communists or something like that. It's like, yeah, whatever. And so I'm like, but Jimmy, you know, there's been so much debate about the statistics and where the facts come from. You know, I look at what Truflation offers, and it gives me a better insight in regards to, what the true cost of everyday living is. Of course, gas is higher. So that's going to be taken into consideration when the statistics are made. Other costs are lower. So that's going to be taken into consideration when you look at the broader CPI and when you look at many, many, many more data points than what the BLS does. And so, I was thinking, it's time to introduce our public to Truflation. And Truflation, I'm going to put it up on the screen here if you can see that if you're watching. Truflation is a website I follow them on X, formerly known as Twitter. I'm going to stop saying that. And, as of today, right now, inflation here in the United States is 1.95. Again, this is taking data from across many, many data points. Okay. And this is updated daily. As far as I know of, I look at it daily and I post it on the Jay Washington X account. Again, I use this when I talk to my candidates, my client candidates about, or to anyone about what the cost of living is and how it affects different demographics. For some demographics, this number right here is a starting point. However, if they're filling up their gas tank more often than me, their individual CPI or inflation is going to be higher. If someone is eating out for dinner, lunch, breakfast less than me, as a starting point, 1.95, it's going to be probably lower, much lower for them than it is for me. So for me, I look at true inflation's 1.95 at this moment in time as a starting point. And depending on my own individual financial situation, I adjust accordingly. So if I know I need to save for gas, I need to save more. It's going to be that much more expensive to me, and putting it into a broader context in regards to the economy, it's going to cost much more. And I'm truly, truly being affected by inflation and gas costs. Do you follow me there? I hope you do. But anyway, check out True Inflation for yourself. I use it when I'm looking at messaging for my clients. I am looking at it in regards to providing my clients with information where they can speak intelligently about the true costs of living here in America, and then taking that information and individualizing it to the individual voter that they're speaking to. It's always good to have a baseline to start from. And from there, you can create your message, cater your message to the individual voter as you knock on their doors and you start talking about kitchen table issues like the cost of gas. Also, a special shout out to Kathy Wood. She is the Chief Investment Officer, and I believe also the CEO of ARK Invest. I listen to her In the Know podcast. It's her monthly conversation with viewers, with investors about where she sees the economy. And she quotes numbers from data from True Inflation. Check them out, trueinflation.com. That's TRUFLATION.com, and find out for yourself what it all means to you. And again, if you enjoy this type of content, please share this. Share this with True Inflation. Share this with Kathy Wood at ARK Invest. Share this with your family members, friends, those individuals, those influencers in the wild that you believe can benefit from this content. And hey, and don't forget those candidates and those electeds who definitely could use this information and better understand the economy around them and can speak to those kitchen table issues of the constituents that they hope to or that they are representing. Thank you so much. I'm David Washington. And don't forget, we have our other podcast. Again, From the Margins with Jimmy Alfont. See, I remember. And we have the David Washington Show. Look, I almost forgot my own show. The David Washington Show. My professional political opinion about the world around us. And don't forget, we have the King Exchange, Our media director, Sean King, hosts this awesome show. It's done by are you guys the Gen Z? I guess Gen Z, if I got that correctly. Hosted by a Gen Z media specialist. Sean is awesome, and it's great to get the perspective of the young people. So let all the recent UCF grads know about this, the Valencia grads, and everyone. This is a great show. So check out that podcast, The King Exchange, and Ground Zero Florida. I think we're gonna move to like monthly, and maybe we'll tie Ground Zero Florida to our newsletter, and maybe go from quarterly to maybe monthly. I'm still trying to figure that out. But Ground Zero Florida is information that you need to get you through what the heck is happening here in Florida. It's wild. This election cycle is going to be crazy. 2026, 2027, 2028. I'm already preparing for 2030. I need to retire, guys. But I love winning. Winning is fun. Fun is winning. Thank you guys again. We'll see you the next time. This is Countertop Politics. God bless. I love you.